Welcome to Monday morning. Yore Gelt. Schieberspieler Astrobate. Who else is out there? Echo. Hello, Echo. Welcome everybody to our Monday stream here on lichess and Twitch. I'm International Master Sladgie, also known as William Pascal, Sparkle Horse, and other names I can't say here on the stream. Welcome everybody. Ready to get started. I need a warm-up game. No FIDE Masters in the first game. Yes, I have played a Blitz game once. It was on a train in 1929. Schieberspieler says a bad rule. Alright. Bad rule. It's a bad rule anyway. I'll just pretend it was a continuation of yesterday. It seems like it's already the same day. Bad rule. Play your own opening against you. The reversed h6. This is an excellent move. It's an extra tempo in the Bogo with h6. Oh, it's a Bogo Nimzo. Colors reversed Bogo Nimzo. Boginzo. Bog Nimzo. H3 is pivotal, stopping knight g4. Whatever a Bogimzo is. This is it. Thanks for the generous draw yesterday. Not too generous. I thought not at all, actually. I was afraid I was clearly better in the final position, but it looks like I didn't go over many games. I really didn't feel good last night. That was too much for me. But I did check that game, Jim, and it looked like the final position was unclear. What? This is basically playing the Gurgenidze Caro-Kann on the other side of the board. No, I just remembered something funny. This hasn't occurred to me in a long time. I don't know if recurred is relevant, but remember I had this account called Shystermeister. I played on. I totally forgot about that. The good old Shystermeister. Man, I haven't thought about that since I did it. F5 was played. You spelled Shystermeister wrong, man. I had so many good moves. I could have played like F5. Starting to regret. Jim, thanks for the donation. Try to get some white square controls. some control. Looks like I'm losing. Unemployment? Seriously? Man, this position sucked. I should have been fine. I don't understand how I could lose this. It's unbelievable. I thought I was even better at one point. Shouldn't have allowed F5. It's really difficult to hold this now. I should easily have had a way to at least get to an ops-colored bishop or something. I never have like a check or anything. No repun, we don't have any indication. You're a 3-month subscriber. It means you've been subscribed for 3 months. Doesn't mean that you're subscribed for another 3 months. But it's something I don't normally talk about while I'm about to lose on time with 20 seconds left. Most people don't ask me that while I have 20 seconds left in the game. Alright. What? black better? That's an interesting question. It was a draw all the way. Repun. Draw all the way. Although, you know, if I'm down 3 pawns, I can win on time. Like the NI killer did to me in the streamer battle. You know, in my opinion, that rule, I know that there's famous case of like Magnus winning on time against Ferrugia with like bishop versus bishop and pawn or something. I mean, does anyone think that rule should exist? Like, I think that the FIDE should change the rules. I mean, there's no way that you should lose on time because there's some absurd, obscure way that may can be constructed. It's crazy. Like, someone has a bishop against bishop and 3 pawns, and they win on time with no real mating material. Yeah, I mean, like, that's ridiculous, you know? I mean, I think the different chess federations might have different rules for Blitz and stuff. I remember on ICC it was an automatic draw. I mean, no one chess site, you know, every chess site can have its own rules for its Blitz tournaments. It's not a draw in lichess, Repun. I just lost on time with bishop and 3 pawns against bishop on Sunday. The guy had no pawns left, just a bishop, and I lose on time. This is a draw, but not when I have material left. Whatever. The rules are just absurd. I mean, whatever. Even if it's the rule at the highest level, I think it's still absurd. It's stupid. Alright, I'm not taking challenges anything else than 5337 plus 3. So I'm taking challenges from subscribers first. That would include Repun the Pro Player, Jim, Zen Chess to start with, and then we'll take the others as I get them amongst those who have 100 games. Disappointing for me too, Schieberspieler. I was hoping that I might be able to get a slight edge in the opening. I had a very similar game with Josh Friedel 25 years ago, where once he got in F5, I was worse. It was also a Nimzo Larsen. I could have played F5 myself, or maybe G4. If I play G4, you can still play F5. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. Nah, but there's no way I should be worse. I should have found a way to equalize. Disappointed with myself too. Very disappointed with myself for letting you get a large advantage from an otherwise normal position. I thought I was doing fine. It should be about equal. Man. And then I subsequently made it worse. I never should have played G4, but I had this problem with my T1 square. Bishop H5 threatens Bishop D1. I guess I might have been able to protect it with like Knight A3. Maybe I panicked. You know, I should have just sat there and let you play Bishop D1, and then just held the base of the pawn chain with Knight A3. Maybe there's no way that black can make progress. I can bring my king back to E1 and kick you out. So I think G4 was bad. I was totally making my position worse. Yeah, it was ideal position for the two bishops there. Easy draw. All right, Cheater Spiller, get to some study. King c5, was that his blunder? Looking at this last week from rallies, fan is starting to make weird noises again. Just randomly starts. Stop it. Stop it. You gotta be strict with this. These machines. Yeah. I rely on the fan for white noise. I find white noise to be very therapeutic and relaxing. I should just get like a white noise machine and stow the fan. Fan, alright, damn it. Knight on BD2. Then we take. This is... The problem is there's outside noises, and then you can hear those, so it's no-win situation. What do I do? I'll just have to live with the idiosyncrasies of the fan, I guess. It really just does a good job of covering up the ambulances and what else. Whatnot. This position is so familiar. I had almost the exact same game, but in a different position. I had something extremely close to this. It was the C3 Sicilian game yesterday, but the structure was different. Well, you hear no ambulances because the window's closed, because it's winter now. If it was open, it would be like a parade of ambulances. Especially with COVID. It's just unbelievable. It's worse and worse. Skylight, I should say. You know, it's not... I'm not talking about like a standard window. I could have played knight f5 there. But it would probably require me to play like h5. a4 was kind of an unusual move. He played this really solidly till that. I've got ambulances, construction, close and far away. Noises from inside the house. The fan itself. If anyone wonders why I'm so sensitive, well, the answer is I'm a chess player. Alright, anyway. I'm very dependent on quiet when I'm concentrating in tournament games. I guess for people who play like Blitz at home and stuff, it's not such a big deal, but when you played in tournaments for 30 years in an environment where there's total silence, you become kind of dependent on that. The fan's better now. It gets this thing going in the structure where it starts vibrating. But I'm not a physicist. I don't really understand why sometimes it does it and sometimes it doesn't. So that was a very interesting move, a4 earlier by white, sort of just throwing it out there. Weird move. That was surprising to me. Now it's perfect. No, it's not annoying at all, as long as it's doing what it's supposed to do. Instead of that other weird vibrating sound. So a4 was a really bad move on multiple levels. Still not so easy. Bad bishop. Thanks for joining me, everybody. It's ironic that sometimes you can make progress by eliminating the enemy's bad piece. In this case, the bad bishop. Such a liability. It was a key defender of his pawn on e5. It also controls some important squares. Damn it, Jim. Thanks for the Star Trek reference. Good morning, guys. Padron and Tony, good to see you. You've been kind of incognito lately. He's tied down to this. So this is the deal. Very powerful pawn on d5. That's a protected passer. Pretty hard to deal with that. I thought you said a delicious month. I thought that had something to do with food again. But it was delirious month. Deliriously good. Just a little bit of an awkward choice. Good thing my other rook isn't on c2. If I lose an exchange here, I would be probably equal. I'm not planning on it. You brought the university more money than what they pay me. Good, if you can point that out to them, that might be beneficial. I don't think exchanging rooks is a good idea when you're down a pawn here. It still may be difficult for me to win. The speed of white's play is unbelievable. mean, descending has to be winning. Alright. I'm not going to do one of my usual time management lectures. Jim, we've got Zen Chess. Those guys are subscribers. Please subscribe to the stream, guys. It's the only way I can keep this going. If you guys help me support it. Alright. Jim, remind me yesterday, what was our game? Oh yeah. Jim and I had a good battle. It started out as a... Yeah, how did you let me... You didn't play the Mora. That was weird. You actually went into an open Sicilian. That was shocking. Is that so that I wouldn't think it was you? Yeah, but I mean, I still knew it was you because you played the move order, but I wasn't sure. It went e4, c5, d4, and then after c takes d4, Jim must have had like this idea that he would... Because the game was being started in Zen mode, and I can't see my opponent's name. Jim must have had the sudden idea that he would play knight f3 to trick me. Well, in the past, I must have played Accelerated Dragon or something. Is that correct? It's too hard for me to remember everybody's games. I don't remember my own games. This is the acerbate attack. There's some good players that have played this stuff. Udasin, Michael Adams years ago. But generally, it's a quiet sort of positional system. Acerbate. I don't think this makes sense for you. In the e4, e5 system, it's a little easier for white to play. You have a clear line against f7. I think acerbate, you need to rethink what we're playing. Try to get more open positions somehow. You played a very inventive piece sacrifice against me yesterday, but it wasn't sound. Almost my exact game with acerbate. Just I had a6 in, and white had another move. You know, objectively, I guess, and Tony knows this too, because we looked at this from black's perspective just a little. It's like you're playing the Italian game, the quiet game. No, I mean, I just wanted to play something different. Because Jim always plays the Accelerated Dragon every time. We've had a whole bunch of games in the same line. And I wanted to throw out something different. I would never normally play this. But I'm trying to mix it up. But Jim's playing it perfectly for black. Astrobate, why did you just randomly sacrifice a piece like with knight h4 and knight f5 against me? It might have fooled a lesser player. You know, there were traps and stuff. And I still think you could have played better after that. But you played it in, like, instantaneous time. So I'm going to do a crazy thing now. I'm not waiting around anymore. What came over you? Nick fit or something? You got to be more patient. I'm not sure a4 is good, but we're going to try to hold up the white squares. No, I wouldn't really like this. For Astrobate. I'm not sure if objectively bishop a4 is a good move or not. Doing my best. Leonid Udasin imitation. I watched Udasin occasionally play this system at a few tournaments, and he would like make 2400 USCF players look like idiots. Maybe they are objectively, but damn. Guys who are like FIDE masters, let's say, make solid masters look like idiots with a system. All of a sudden they'd be like playing the black side of the Roy Lopez. Players who played the Sicilian all their life. You don't know how to cheer. Well, 4 letters of it are in your name. Do you play the Evans Gambit? I never play the Evans Gambit, but I mean, I could play the Evans Gambit. I know how to play the Evans Gambit, but I generally don't play enough games with e4, e5 where it really comes up. The opportunity to do so. But I think the Evans Gambit, you know, it's not like it's refuted, but it's not popular. I guess black has pretty solid answers. One variation I can think of. Now what do I do? Mostly I don't play e4. I play more other stuff. I am kind of at a standstill here in terms of what to do next. I just don't know how to make progress. No low say. Push the diamond button in the chat entry field. There you go. It's more like a triangle. Is that a diamond? Cheering costs money. That true. The diamond makes it seem expensive. They should make it something cheaper. Like Garnet or some other... What am I doing? Jim's so fast, man. You're so fast. Drive me crazy, dude. Damn it, Jim. Why are you so fast? What do we do? You take a game, it's 5+3, and it's going to melt down into a... bullet game cheapo fest. Is it too late to send a challenge? Well, I've got 1 subscriber. Maybe 2 subscriber challenges. The rest have to come after the subscribers. It's marginal. I mean, I think I have an hour and 45 minutes left to stream. So it's probably not too late, objectively. Dude with knight f5, man. Unbelievable. And how strong is Jim, objectively? He's 2282 in bullet. Can someone add this Prime subscription to the normal one? I don't know. I also have Prime. I've never been offered any kind of like add-on capability. I don't think get the feeling like Twitch really likes Prime a lot. They sort of tolerate it. Not really profitable for them. Feels like. That knight at f5 is just brilliant. He's crazy good. What did Mubat do now? Oh, do I have a tactic? Nothing. Nothing yet. Mouse. My mouse. It's all my mouse's fault. I hated this whole game. I'm glad I lost on time. I missed the square. It's not my mouse's fault. I just like clicked on in between squares. I'm terrible though. Jim's way better than me at bullet. You think a 3-second increment would be enough. Usually it is, but I have a bad mouse and I'm like the worst, most uncoordinated Blitz player of online of all time. Dude, how well did you play this game? Like perfectly? You probably missed a win or something. I want to create a study. What is going on here? What? Get this out of here. I just wanted to analyze the game. I just flagged because I'm uncoordinated. Why is that guy getting timed out for 60 seconds? Excessive use of caps. So Jim knows all the theory of this? Plays like number 1 moves till h6. That's definitely bad. Yeah, I mean, you should probably play b4 here. It seems better. Knight e7 is brilliant. Apparently you could have done the other knight e7. That would have left maybe this diagonal open for your queen. According to the engine, that's even better. Dude, you're just too solid. You're too solid. I have no idea. I have nothing. I have literally nothing here. I can't believe I have bishop takes h6. Because I sack my queen? Are you serious? Like, takes? I missed this. No, how does this work? Oh, there's some crazy combination. That's ridiculous, dude. I would never find that. Even if I spent 10 minutes on a tactics puzzle. So I lost on time. I played a perfect game. 4 inaccuracies. And I'm slightly worse. Dude, how is it possible I have 4 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, 24 CPL. You have 5 inaccuracies, 1 blunder, 25 CPL, and you're still equal. Practically better. Alright, whatever. I'm terrible with the clock. If you can get me down to the fact where I have 3 increment seconds per move, you know, I might just lose on time. Between my lack of coordination and this awful Logitech mouse, I'm pretty well gone. Alright, Zen Chess. Santa Claus is going to bring me a new mouse for Christmas, I hope. Mostly I play more d4, c4, knight f3 than e4, for the person who was asking about the Evans Gambit. And I'm more of a Spanish player when I do play e4. But I have migrated a little bit to playing bishop c4. But that game I just played, the other thing is that I don't play those type of positions. I just wanted to try something different. But I bet, Jim, that you get those all the time, huh? But I mean, how many people do you play on lichess that play that, whatever that garbage is, actually know what they're doing, you know? 1 in 30? I mean, it must be like incredibly low percentage of players who know what they're doing there. Seriously. Like, every beginner plays e4, bishop c4 against the Sicilian masturbate. But, it's a far cry from just randomly playing bishop c4 to playing like Udasin. So I just had a game in this recently, this week, against someone. Yeah, I know. But Asterbait was like that, Kyle Mind. He started out like that. He's advancing. But he was one of those stereotypical playing bishop c4 randomly against the Sicilians guys when he started watching my stream at first. So he knows what I'm talking about. He's getting better. So normally, Jim, nobody takes on c3 right away. That's weird. He unprovoked took on c3. I had a recent game where someone waited and then took with their bishop on c3. And I think giving up that bishop is a pretty serious mistake, actually. We might possibly be able to transpose some kind of theory. I'm always tempted to play c4, but I'm not sure that's great. If I play c4, black can trade queens and then play like maybe c5. So I think white's better off just castling. But I don't have much advantage. Like, I feel like I'm playing Jim again. Seriously, white's advantage here is very minor. By the way, Zenchester, you're supposed to play h6 early on. Just, that's the way like most of the experts play it. That they view that as a constructive move rather than maybe like a weakness. I don't want that bishop to be hanging to some lateral attack at some point when I move my knight. The most classic Cambridge Springs. This is called the Cambridge Springs variation of the Queen's Gambit declined. They already played it anyway, so now we have basically a transposition. Alright. I could have gone to f4 as well, you know, who knows. But I mean, he's afraid of knight g5. Probably not a real threat. Or he's just trying to appease me. But what do we do now? He's like used 18 seconds for the whole game so far. Let's check him out. You guys see this window? No. I'm checking his history. He's a video game player, programmer. But anyway, I'm checking to see what he's been playing. 7-3, 5-3, 7-3, 5-0. He doesn't play much on lichess. He's playing ridiculously fast here. He didn't even know the theory. He played it wrong. But he still played the first 15 moves in like 15 seconds. I would suspect that shows a player who's been playing too much bullet or 3-0. All these music except for Bishop H4 and Sam Shanklin's Chessable Semi-Slav course. Semi-Slav? This isn't even the Semi-Slav. Dude, it's the Cambridge Springs. He recommends playing the Cambridge Springs in the Semi-Slav? That's weird. It's not even the same opening. Dude, that's like being a traitor to the Semi-Slav. He could be sued for copyright infringement by the owners of the Semi-Slav for fraudulent advertising. Man, I'd be disappointed if someone had a class, they said, okay, here's a complete Semi-Slav, and then I'm learning like the Cambridge Springs. Immediately exchanging on c3 feels wrong to me. I don't really see why it's a benefit to release the tension prematurely for black. Alright, we gotta do something. I'm too much of a perfectionist trying to find the best move all the time. Zenchess, have you been playing a lot of 2-0 or 3-0 or something? Damn, he's like doing an infomercial. How much are you getting for referrals? Do you get like free Chessable courses for the referrals. It's pretty funny. Big Pharma. I think he secretly gets a discount. They give him free samples. I remember, like, when I was in high school, my doctor, there was just like a revolving door of these pharma guys that would like come in and out of his office when you were there. It was obvious corruption. He later got like his medical license taken away. Something to do with that. Maybe prescribing stuff that wasn't necessary for people. This week, yeah, thank you for reminding me about setting up a tournament for tomorrow night. Our team, Monday, today is Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday. We've got a Blitz tournament. Every Tuesday at 6:30. Seriously, Zenchess, what's your normal time control? 5-0? You're playing way faster than a 5-0 pace. You're on like a 3-0 pace. I would say you're... Yeah, but you seem faster today. You're playing like would be perfect for the 3-0 or 3-0 streamer battle. Do I know NM John MacArthur? Yeah, of course. We're actually from the same region originally. I didn't know John when I lived in New Jersey. I don't think. I moved from New Jersey in 1990. But I knew a lot of chess players. But I think he was in New York. But anyway, it's New Jersey and New York are obviously the same area. They border each other. Yeah, I didn't know him then, but later, shortly later. Ironically, I met him when I moved to Boston, I think. Alright, we never played. Just one game here on lichess. But I've always known him to say hi, you know, like that. Here we go with the increment again. I'm not kidding when I blitzed out the opening. I believe you about the opening, but you're continuing to play fast. Like Rookie 8, you played like instantly. You know, at some point you have to stop and try to formulate a real plan. Or not. Plans are completely optional. You see what kind of trouble it gets me in. I have a good position but lose on time. Or equal against Jim. I'm pretty new to this, frankly. In the opening, I always used to play 892 or 792. But recently this year I started experimenting with playing the exchange on d5. Though when I was given the opportunity to play said variation, I reverted back to knight d2. I actually lost a game this summer in the knight d2, not because of the opening, but I did lose. Losing is losing. Damn. White is slightly better, but it's so small an advantage. It's hard to make progress. I feel that Zen Chess played a little passively to conserve time, frankly. He's sold position for time. Lazy, quick, solid passive. But now I'm seriously better. The moment of truth here. I'm erring on the safer side there rather than creating a totally chaotic pawn structure situation. I'm a slinger. We're slinging tonight. In his defense, he did say he would have played rook e8 followed by bishop f8. It was part of a pre-constituted plan. Would you give away the protector? Well, you might as well resign. Wait, give away the protected pastor for an exchange? Of course. An exchange is winning, you know, for the most part. Damn, I almost lost on time. Again. Dude, I was watching somebody streaming yesterday. Who was it? The other day I was watching somebody streaming, and they had the through the seconds on the whole game. That drives me crazy. That drives me crazy. It's like distracting. Does anybody have that enabled where like the seconds, I mean, you know, yeah, the seconds are running? Oh my god. You had rook takes c6 and you didn't play it. That's how quality I'm playing here. That's the quality. quality is job 1. This is getting kind of sharp. Okay, good game. I pre-moved. I pre-moved the check. This is my game with Jim. I lost another now. Every game is a bullet game, where people are playing for time. Damn. I don't know. What's up with me? I just pre-moved, but I almost lost on time. I was hanging a piece the other move. I just get like panicked. I had rook f7 check. That's pretty funny. If I had a few seconds to calculate, I would see it. I'm actually lost here if you play the proper move. I thought that was the whole point. Well, I mean, I'm forced to move my king. So, I pre-moved it anyway. It's kind of funny. Dude, you didn't notice this? Like, I thought that was the entire point. Let's check this game out. He only used like a minute for the first 20 moves. Check it out on Chessable. Get a discount. Yeah, I should seriously play a different time control. I mean, 7 plus 3 should be enough, man. I guess I just didn't get enough rest last night. I'm not myself. But I also have like 2 of the fastest players in my stream, Zen Chess and Jim, as opponents. I wanted to analyze this. Can we do computer analysis? So I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know about Shanklin's course, but I mean, this has been played, dude, in like 10 games. The normal move is h6. Castles is another variation. So, I mean, this is a very, very obscure move. Are you serious? Like, are you sure that's the proper move order? There's, like, no games with that. Are you 100% certain that you're remembering it correctly? Theory says otherwise. Yeah, that's weird. Not sure I trust Chessable. Not sanctioned by Sladgie. I mean, I don't know, man. A move a3 here? Where? Like, how can I play a3? I can play a3 here. It's never been played before. I think Shanklin just has a lot of fantasy variations that have never been played in his analysis. Oh, after knight takes c3. Yeah, but I mean, why would White need to play that? He's just like saying stuff, you know, to fill out his Chessable course, I guess. I don't buy this, man. I mean, you can play it if you want to, but there's a lot of strong players who play this for black. I think it makes more sense to play the normal lines. Nevertheless, I mean, still you do have a very kind of solid position. So I was losing a piece in one moment. I was winning here. I guess I should exchange rooks first. But I don't see a win. I exchange rooks and play queen e5. That must be it. Here. It's like a lichess tactics puzzle. Basically, the end of our game was horrific by both sides. So now I'm still not sure what my threat is. I guess I'll never know. I'm not really sure what my... I mean, obviously taking his knight, right? Where do you go? It's not easy to resolve that. The end of the game was butchered by both of us. Alright. No other subscriber challenges. Yeah, if you move the knight, like, I might have rook takes b6. It might not work, though, because of this. Which I blundered in the other game, too. The other game, in the other move. I mean, that was my blunder, leaving my queen protected. There's no win there. But there are, like, really strong moves. I mean, a5, what are you going to do? So there you have it again. So the threat is rook takes c6. I have to do something about that. What's my move? Knight e7 check. Okay, knight e7 check and knight c8. That's it. Eventually I'll win. Right? Here. For example. Rook takes b6? Dude, what? No, I don't think so. You're not going to be able to get it in. I guess it's close. Close, but no cigar. Alright, anyway. I'm very skeptical about this Shanklin recommendation. It seems like he's just sort of making stuff up for some course. I'm a little skeptical of Chessable in general, you know. People just making up quick courses about whatever and selling it to people. But I'm sure, you know, you gotta wade through it and decide for yourself what's good and what's not. Alright. Maybe somebody could start a review site or something. Hiroku Morales. Alright. Hanishberger is a subscriber too, right? Morales, do you have time to play? Can you wait through one more game, or do you want to play? Guys, this is Morales' 300th game. The first player to reach 300 games on our stream. Alright, let's play Hanishberger. First, who I believe is a subscriber to the stream. At least he was the last time I checked. We've got to the official Morales 300 celebration. What is my stream doing? Just bear with me now. I've got very, very bad lag with my machine, it looks like. Just bear with me before I lose on time again. All right. Got someone requesting to join the team. 302, those two other Spartan guys? What are you talking about? Asterbate. Spartan guys? Are you sure they're from Sparta? We've got a lot of Greek players on the stream, man. Accelerated Dragon. My mouse? Is it my mouse? Or is it my computer? We need to know everything. Actually, my ping is pretty good. I'm 51. This is a bad move. Totally lame. A lot of people do that. They think they're playing the white side of the scotch, it looks like, with c3. Now I can hit him with d5. I had a student who had the exact same game. We're going to make Morales first 300 VIP. Make Morales great again. Then Asterbate can have some VIP company. Thanks, guys, for being here regularly. Honeyburger's a sandbagger? Oh, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it does seem that way. He's had good scores in the team battle for his rating. We've got a new request to join our Panda team. We've got a tournament tomorrow night. I've got to set it up. We got to set it up yet. I will let everyone know. Yeah, I mean, this I think is good for black. He's got big problems now. Don't play c3 in this mainline accelerated dragon. It's just too passive. Alright, what's the VIP command again? We got to get it warmed up. Just slash VIP, right? Yeah. Alright, it's warmed up. Start a prediction. Wonder who the next VIP to the stream will be. Could be you. Next player who donates 10,000 bits could be the next streamer. Next streamer, next VIP. Oh, yesterday's challenge guy challenge you rated without you noticing and you lost the game. You had to play for another 30 minutes to win my rating back. You know you're a competitive person when Bishop G4. This ops color bishop's not bad. Sometimes I like the ops color bishops even better than not, because this is gonna keep my king side secure if I give that up. I mean, either way is winning objectively. Yeah, you know you're a little bit obsessive compulsive there, Padron and Tony. But it's a good thing. Yeah, I've been there. You're like 1998 and you want to get your rating back up to 2000. 30 minutes isn't bad. I don't know what you're talking about with that. Now, Hanischberger is a sandbagger. Dude, you know I've lost these games with the... What's it called? The Glico system, which I think is weird. Basically, I've had people who are either cheating or just upset me for a large amount of points in one game. It happens. I would lose on time, or I would actually blunder or get outplayed occasionally by a much lower rated player. So I'll lose like 50 points in one game, some sort of catastrophic loss, which I think is ridiculous. Like, there's no way the rating should change by that much for an established rating. I don't care if I lost to, you know, an 800 player. You didn't like change by 50 points your strength in one game. It's crazy. So anyone who thinks that's mathematically sound, I disagree. But I'll lose like 50 points in one game if I lose to 1600. And if I win, I gain like 2. This is this bogus Glico system, which I definitely don't agree with. But you know how long it takes to get back those 50 points was what I was trying to get to. Like, I'll lose 50 points in Tony. It'll take me like 6 hours, not 30 minutes, to like get the points back. Batman donated 1 bit. Thank you. You're on the board. Batman got on the board. 51 bits. 50 and 1. Thank you. I missed the other 50. Too busy talking. So I think 35 minutes isn't bad, Padron and Tony. Try losing to like an 1100 and losing like 50 points. How long is it going to take you to get those back? No, the worst is when you get disconnected. Say your internet connection goes out in the middle of the game, and you didn't even really play, and you lost like 50 points. It happened to me in the hourly arena sometimes. Maybe my internet connection died randomly. I got brutalized by the Glico formula to the tune of like 60 points. It always happens when you're playing someone who's like literally like rated 1100. Maybe 1,000 points lower than me. I lose like the maximum you can lose. I mean, the FIDE rating system is a little more fair. I can only gain or lose, I think, like a maximum of 12 points. That seems much more reasonable to me. You know, there's no way your rating should be able to fluctuate. An established rating should be able to fluctuate by that much. 60 points or whatever. Going for it here. Dynamics are more important in Ops Color Bishop. Talk about this a lot. Release the beast. Material not quite as important here. Yeah, Hemischberger is definitely a sandbagger. I think that's pretty clear. We got him. Hopefully. $16.38. It's a mean 16.38. All right. We had it under control. Morales avoids rated. Yeah, but now you're constantly accused of being a sandbagger too. Morales' rating should really be like 2150, I have the feeling. But he's like 2000 because he doesn't play rated. So that's our next challenge. Morales is in there. This is game 300. He's definitely improved to 2150 strength, but I don't think his rating has changed in 2 years. After playing 300 games against me, hopefully it doesn't hurt. And we're going to give him the VIP treatment. So, /VIP. Where is he? Alright. See if that works. He's a VIP. Check it out. Alright, game 300. The first player ever. This is awesome. First player ever to reach 300 games against me. You have to win. But I'm not going to let you. And you have to be black. He had nightmares. He's like, of course I'm black. He's thinking, oh, of course I'm black. What was my new idea? I was thinking, Morales, you must hate the London system, right? Stopping the Budapest Gambit, like, people, you must hate that when people play Bishop F4. You don't hate the London system? I won't do that. No, I don't mean fear. That's a different thing. I don't fear the C3 Sicilian, but I find it very annoying. I don't fear the London system, but I find it very annoying to play against. So what are we going to do? Something new. Man, that was interesting what happened last time I saw. Love stories. Man, people have gotten married and divorced like 5 times in the time that it took Antonio to play 300 games against me, man. Are you kidding me? What a romantic Padron Antonio is. So, dude, the world loser variation. The loser variation. I mean, I guess there's no special point to this, but when we ran it through the engine, it just thought white was always slightly better, which I found really astonishing here. I don't remember what loser played. I think it was like Bishop E2. So I just thought something new and independent. I've tried everything I know against Morales' Budapest Gambit, but I haven't studied this seriously. I didn't like go to my private lab and prepare for our 300th game. You can't even see them all at one time. Lichess stops 240 games scrolling down. Does it really? So he's got 86. Dude, that's solid. What's his percentage score? You played a fairly early c6 against World Loser. I remember that. It's not anything special for white, but it's something new for black to have to look at a little bit. Is this exactly what happened? Now, World Loser actually got slaughtered in the game in question. He let black have a very strong attack. Okay, so World Loser played Queen D1. I'm trying to be a little more aggressive here. Queen D2 supports the E3 and F4. It makes way for a possible Rook D1. And maybe a fianchetto with Bishop B2. Hopefully the queen is a little more useful here than it is on D1. There are downsides. It doesn't control like G4. Morales plays the move that worked for him in the other game. It also stops 94. Alright. Bishop H5 check. Inducing weaknesses in the enemy position. He may actually be threatening f4 because after takes he has knight takes c4. But I'm on to you. You know, I know what your plan is here. There's knight a4. Takes away this. My original plan was to play like b3, bishop b2. You see, World Loser's queen was on d1, so black, let's see, how did you get an f4? He must have just gone bishop b2. So he put his bishop on b2, his queen on d1, and black was able to play f4 without any fight whatsoever, and had the initiative after that. Of course, the ideas of knight g4 are in the cards. But you have to remember black's development. The one good thing is that Morales can't do his favorite plan of like a5, rook a6, rook h6. Because c6 gets in the way. So I managed to like circumvent that at least. I also play around once in a while with the Budapest Gambit as black. And that's like the #1 most fun thing to do when you're playing this opening. He's also not a stranger to queen h4. Trying to kind of set up knight g4. But again, without that rook transfer, I'll have to manually bring the rook up from f6 to h6. It looks kind of slow. Of course, I also have knight a4 here. He is hitting this. But what if I just do like the normal b4? I pretty much expected you to play a5. Almost 100% there. White's slightly better developed. It looks like weird Dutch, basically. This move's a little bit slow. Wasn't really my original plan. But I'm trying to combat his threat of knight e4. I don't know, man, but rook f6 would be pretty awkward for black. I don't think he ever seriously considered that. What does this remind me of? Not sure. Dutch. It actually reminds me of a game I played against one of my opponents. Borje Marcel in October. It was a classical Dutch type of setup. A mountain instead of a molehill. Acerbate, you're making mountains into molehills. Damn, dude. What's up, Neil Swint? Good coordination. I wanted to play e4. Man. Queen on h4 is like a permanent guest you can't get rid of. Never leaves. This dude, Borje Marcel, he did bishop d8, bishop e6, and bishop e8, bishop g6 against me in the same game. The same transfer. It's unbelievable. That's just ridiculous. He was able to do that. I couldn't believe it. Who's ever executed that maneuver in life? Drifting here. Black's so active. Oh man, I'll drop a pawn. dropped my pawn on c4. I've been trying to do this breakthrough like for 8 years now. Now he just takes my c-pawn. It's over. Just take my c-pawn and it's over. That's the key to the Dutch, though. You have to achieve e4 with white somehow. Okay. Now what do I do? Tricking me into thinking isn't cool. Damn, that was a decent move. Wow. What? What? He resigned. Man, I don't know. It's a little early to resign, isn't it? Is your queen trapped? No, you had a good game. Well, not now, but I don't think it's that clear. I wouldn't resign just yet. You're only minus 1.5. The resignation was out of frustration. He blundered, but it's not completely lost. Here it's totally fine position, actually. I had played very hesitantly at best. I didn't think you could play that bishop e6. The computer wanted to play there. Yeah, it was actually a close game. I was slightly better, but I hesitated with this bishop maneuver, man. This is like too slow. This is... Wow, you have a winning move? No. It's like equal. But congratulations, Antonio, VIP, and the first player reached 300 games. For a donation of 10,000 bits, you can get VIP status. I'm just kidding. Negotiable. 4. Yeah, I mean, I don't think d5 is... I wouldn't call it a mistake. Yeah, a lot of people have donated more, and they're still not VIPs. It definitely takes way more than 10,000. 300 games is worth more than 10,000 bits. It means a true devotion to the stream. There's more to life than money. Alright, we rent Watchdog, Abashur, and Heroku. Let's see how much time we have. Probably enough for 3 games. You guys look good. Got enough games. It's not provisional. And I'm going to play these guys next, unless we have a subscriber. Thanks for the game, Morales. Well, I mean, for small things, you know, I don't mind being bribed. I don't see a challenge, but please be kind to me. No, you must have gotten disconnected or something like that. I've played this player before. Wow, I didn't know that. Oh, this is the unbeatable guy. Wow, he played a crazy game against me. I played the Alyakin? What was that? Wait, he's the guy who closed the whole game and was like unbeatable. Damn, dude. Really? You don't have very much respect there, Nils. I'm probably one of the least money-oriented streamers, actually. Dude, I hardly make anything by streaming. I'm getting paid like less than minimum wage. I just do this for love. Are you serious? I make way less than I get for lessons and stuff. I was actually kind of depressed about it, thinking I might cut back because it just isn't worth it. I love doing it, you know, most of the time when I'm not grumpy. But I've got to be honest that I just can't earn very much money by streaming. There's just too many people. It's brutal. Even if there wasn't, I'm not sure I would do that well. But I like doing it. I'm just not not into self advertising, marketing. And my priority doesn't revolve around making money. Although I like money, I don't live for it. I'm just friends with money. We're just friends. I don't really, you know, want to be in a relationship with money. Bishop takes d4. So what is this? This is like some kind of pseudo dragon. How did he get me to do this? It was a classical bishop e2. Yeah, Nefedov style. It should be a pretty good man, my bishop really should go to there if I'm going to do that. So what do? I guess I have to castle. Well, I wouldn't really call myself a pro chess player. I mean, I'm more like a semi-pro chess player. I don't know. I don't think I was ever... Maybe at one point, in the peak of my chess career, I would have called myself a pro chess player for like 1 year. Maybe. I actually, one of my lesser known achievements was, I think it was in 2002 or 2001, I actually finished 10th in the US Chess Federation Grand Prix for most like points scored in the tournament Grand Prix in the US. 10th overall. I mean, that was a nice surprise. Right, exactly. Well, I get your point, though. Yeah, I would have been something else if I loved money. That's what I don't get about some people who are chess players. Why do they love money so much? I mean, why would they chess play? Why are they chess players if they love money? It's like an afterthought or something? Why did you become a chess player and now you're like chasing after money? I don't get it. It's like the Susan Polgar thing. She's all about earning money and hasn't played in like 20 years. But why not have just done something else? I guess she didn't have a choice. She was like forced into being a chess player. I chose to be a chess player. I don't know, this guy seems pretty strong. What am I going to do? Lose a pawn? I don't like this. I don't want to trade queens, and he's like forcing me to trade queens, it looks like. Maybe I have this and b4. Just like instant moves. I guess it was an easy one. I like how I spend a minute on my move and he just like instantly moves. Oh, this was the guy who's 22, 26 in Rapid and 2000 in Blitz. That's weird. Yet he's like super fast. Why not b4 right away? Good question. If I take on a2, my bishop gets trapped. Takes a2, b3, game over. However, if he plays like king d2, I think I might be able to take it. That's the question. Bishop a2, b3. Still risky. At some point, that pawn's going to be hanging. Bishop a2, b3, a5, and I'll have to give it up. Yeah, that's still probably not good. I think White's going to come out of this game with almost perfect play. We might be able to hold a draw here. The way he's leaving that pawn hanging, I don't know anybody who would do that at this rating level. We have time for 2 more games after this. He's even got time to make comments during the game. Yeah, well, that's the classic joke, Padron and Tony. People who learn philosophy. There's like Jesse Cry. He's a chess grandmaster and he studied philosophy. It doesn't get much worse than that. I'm a chess player who studied psychology. Pretty close. I really gotta consider taking that pawn. But I'm still trapped in there. I could have played bishop f5, I guess. How is this player 1800 in bullet? I mean, whatever. I see more and more of this every day. You're never gonna beat this guy. Antonio, man, thank you for being a VIP. Purpose of g5. To get my pawns on dark squares. so they don't get picked off by his white squared bishop. You don't want your pawns to be fixed on the same color as your bishop. It restricts your bishop. And also becomes a liability. Yeah. This guy's like 1800 in bullet. That's interesting. That must be his other housemate who's playing the bullet games. He's like, we rent. Re-rent. I thought it was we rent. So I don't think white made too many inaccuracies here. Played a virtually perfect game. Do I have a chance to win with bishop c6? No. I don't think so. It's just a draw. An almost perfect game. Check this out. 1800 bullet. He might have made a mistake. He might have had an advantage and let it slip, but maybe one inaccuracy at most. F3 is rare, but I don't think it's that bad. So apparently like b5 isn't best. But I'm really afraid here I'm worse. And I don't play the normal dragon. It's a normal dragon with bishop e2. Theoretical kind of line. Computer says I'm clearly worse. Though I don't know if I trust it 100%. Apparently queen a5 is okay. I would normally want my bishop on e6 in this type of position if I'm playing setups based on queen a5. That's why I did what I did. So I don't know about the b4. Antonio said b4 here. It's a problem here. Here. And then he just takes. And my structure gets busted. So that wasn't as good. And I managed to equalize. And now it's like a draw, probably. Can I ever take this pawn? I was never winning. I was better at one point. I was winning at one point. It thinks I can take the pawn now. Then it changes its mind. So check it out. It's like got the stored evaluation of 1.6. Now it drops down. See, computer can't see the horizon fast enough. That grabbing that pawn is dangerous because he gets back to c1, b3, and like traps my bishop with king b2. I was never winning. In reality, it looks like it's just a bad evaluation by the computer. h4 is actually one of the engine moves there for a moment. It's a solid move, but I think that white is playing an almost perfect game. He was never lost, like it says here. That's just, he played a like IM level game. He was really clearly better in the opening. I was never winning. All right. So, make your own conclusions. Watchdog was here, and then Abasur, if I can, we'll see. I've got two games. The last drop would be if he did his dissertation. Oh, Jesse, he probably did. He went to the University of Heidelberg. He's a weird guy. Another Budapest Gambit? Alright, we gotta go back to the old stuff. Please be kind to me. Watchdog was here from New Zealand. You see, like, this guy's ratings, that's pretty normal. I mean, you're 1862 in Blitz, 2040 in Rapid. But when you see, like, 1800 and 2080, or I mean, 2280 or something, that's too much, man. There's no way you should have more than a 200-point difference in ratings. That one guy, the last guy, was way over 2200 in Rapid. I suspect mostly people are... Oh, Black just dropped a piece. I suspect mostly people are not cheating, but like more than one people playing on the same accounts a lot. Watchdog just didn't get out of the box here. With this weird line, I confused him. A lot of people aren't used to facing knight h3, so he got confused, forgot his knight is hanging. That's an unusual sort of thing. What, you do follow him when he lectures on the Chess Dojo channel? Oh, I didn't see that. I wasn't aware of that. That's cool. He will occasionally do streams and stuff. We were friends. Not close friends, but... I didn't take his rook. Okay. Once I stayed with Jesse at the US Championship, and he, like, divorced me because he said I was snoring. So he moved out. It really actually kind of screwed me over. I ended up having to pay for, like, my own hotel room because of him. It was kind of understandable, but not really, So he dropped all his pieces and then offered a draw. It's cool. Abasur. And I brought your awareness to... I brought awareness to knight h3. I slept in the same room, man. We didn't share the same bed. But he left me. I'll never forgive him for that. He's real hypersensitive, worse than me. Typical philosophy chess player. I mean, I'm super hypersensitive, but that guy is worse than me. I know a few other people that are worse than me. Well, I mean, I snore, you know, especially if I drink. We probably were a little bit, although I don't remember any big binges. Nothing major, you know, I didn't get wasted. But, you know, like an acceptable level that I think most people could tolerate, probably. Like minor snoring. He's just, like, probably used to sleeping in his room by himself and is not tolerant, you know. So bishop c4. Tell us any other chess. I have a lot of chess gossip, but no time for that today. This is old chess gossip too. We'll play the let's play the Gomos Ferenc defense. Like, why is there no theory on this? It's actually pretty solid for black. It's probably better than the Hungarian variation, where you commit your bishop to e7. You know, I actually asked myself, why didn't I play this d4? I guess I decided I didn't want to play the exchange Philidor with my bishop on c4. But the knight is committed to c6, so it's not clear to me what opening this actually is. Knight f6 is okay. But Jesse's not the only player to leave me because of snoring. The same thing happened with Javier Moreno in Bermuda. I've told this story like only once or twice on the stream. But basically, we agreed to stay together, and all the players had to share rooms. And we're friends, so it was fine. But after the first night, he was like, dude, I can't take this anymore. He said he had to we had a huge room. It was a great hotel. And he said that I didn't notice anything. He said he went into the walk-in. The first stage was he tried to push his bed. There were like double beds, and he tried to push his bed like closer to the wall, and like crawl down on the side of the bed, between the bed and the wall, and build like a shelter or something. And then he claimed that wasn't good enough. So he like went in the walk-in closet. There was like a kind of walk-in closet, and tried to sleep in there. But it was too small, it wasn't comfortable. So I think finally he said that he slept in the bathtub, which is ridiculous. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's just got to be a chess player. KV Kramnik is raiding with a party of 1. Alright, man. Thank you for the raid. Hello. Party of 1. That's always embarrassing when you go to a restaurant and you're like, how many in your party? Party of 1. Believe me, I'm a chess player who's traveled a lot. I used to eat out by myself a lot, like it's mandatory. I understand, KV Kramnik, how you feel. I've many times dined. Since my first foray into tournament travel. I remember in 7th grade I traveled to my first tournament by myself. And that was one of the things that was the most awkward. Basically, what am I doing here? What seemed the most awkward for me was eating by myself in the restaurant as a 13-year-old kid. I felt very self-conscious and strange. Even as an adult, it's awkward, but that was really awkward. KV Kramnik, just keep working at it. Dedication. But you guys, did anybody hear anything from Schieberspieler? He's not streaming today, is he? Usually he was streaming sometimes after me, but the weird thing is, like, with Javier Moreno, like, okay, so Javier moved out, and then Daniel Friedman moved in my room, and we never had a problem. Like, he didn't say a word about me snoring. So it's like, I think it's just some people are hypersensitive. Chess players are particularly crazy to begin with. It's totally not my snoring. I traded up for a higher rated player who didn't complain, but he did beat me the next day after he moved in, which sucked. He actually ruined my tournament. Never agree to play a game on your rest day to try to be a nice guy. It's one of the biggest mistakes I ever made in my life. I try to be like Mr. Helpful. Sacrifice my rest day to play this game with Friedman, and I was like +3, and it like started this massive downslide. I probably could have made my first GM norm with a draw. I would have maintained confidence, had a good chance. Bishop F4. We'll see if we have time for one more game. We should. KV Kremnik, I've always been a big believer in like gradually improving, and we can do the same thing with streaming. 2 viewers now. Just keep at it. It will get better as you improve and stick with it. Okay. Power of positive thinking. Norman Vincent Peale. No begging. Sometimes I have to enforce the no begging rule. I'm a little worried about that A-pawn being a liability. Also this. This is this. If I can knock out his white square bishop, my f7 is solid. I was planning on playing knight c5, but I thought I'd get this in first. Guys, I'm going to set up the tournament, Blitz tournament, tomorrow night, 6:30 CET. Please be kind to beggars. Now, why does Twitch say I have 40 viewers, but Streamlabs says 29? How can there be such a differential? Maybe it's just behind or something. I kind of I trust Streamlabs better. Twitch is always like lagging. Streamlabs is more accurate. It was at 39, but it dropped. There's so many streamers. I just jumped up to 51. Did we get a raid or something? Dude, we just got a raid? Or lots of bots? Yeah, I looked at Queen H5. Did we get a raid? Why do we have a sudden jump? Zabuza, hello. There's all sorts of bots all over Twitch now. It's like an out of control situation. I wouldn't want to be an advertiser. I don't think they're doing enough to combat it. Man, you are all over my f7, attacking c6. Damn, this is pretty awkward. How did I just suddenly go from 29 viewers to 51 in like 1 second? Then it dropped down again. What? Dude, it makes no sense. There's like these like streamers with crazy numbers too that are just impossible. Totally like random people, like 1,000 viewers. Man, White's playing this really well. I will never augment my stream with bot viewers intentionally. Man, White is playing super strong. Knew the A7 pawn was going to be a problem. His pieces are perfect. I've never played this player, but I mean, he's another guy like that other one, 1700 in bullet. Very strong though. It's a tricky position to play with my structure broken. A7, C6, lots of weaknesses. Is this a blunder or a strong move? I have no clue. Am I going to take the pawn on B2? Am I going to take the pawn on E4? Both pawns look dangerous, actually. Maybe B2 I could take and try to put my bishop on A3 and C5, if I could. Taking on E4 will allow F3. I probably lose a piece if I try to do that. He should have played H3 at some point to stop this counterplay. I have time for maximum one more game after this, guys. Now Queen E4 is actually possible. I don't know if it's a good move, though. So I lose an exchange. He didn't see it. He had F3, I have to play Rook F4, and I might have enough compensation barely for that material, but if I do, it's just barely enough. He was starting Rook E8 check, so I could take the knight, but I'm losing the piece back with Rook E8, Rook C8, and then my structure is kind of weak. Last game coming up. I wasn't happy here with this position. I think he had lots of good moves that he missed. He's still not done yet. He has more counterplay. Hearing weird sounds like there's fireworks outside. Very light fireworks. Pawn gun. Now he missed Rook A4. Huge mistake. He had that tie me down. Now he's objectively lost. So White had a good position in that one. Alright guys, I gotta go, so I can't get these new challenges for sure. Hiroku, probably last game for today. Please play me. I don't think we're gonna get to you. Sorry, man. Next time. You have a reason to come back. Dude, I don't know, man. You're weird. You're weird, dude. You're weird. So, French defense. What is with the background fireworks sound? Could there really be fireworks? Maybe Santa's workshop has fireworks. That would be weird. Alright, so mainline Rubinstein system. Bishop e7. h6 is the main move there. I don't know a lot about this though. So you're kind of like not going to be able to play c5 in one go, maybe? Is that the problem? Now you didn't play it? Now he plays c5. But it's weird to play bishop e7 and c5, isn't it? Maybe this is still book. If I take, he does like queen a5 check. Generally not a great square. You don't really want the queen on c5, but I guess it might be a line. D takes c5, queen a5 check, c3, queen c5. I can castle queenside. This is going to be pretty sharp. I'm not sure how good this is. I don't know. He doesn't do it. He's not doing it. Playing for c4 ideas. I've probably seen before. So it's kind of hard to attack him on the king side without like an open file or a pawn storm. Basically. Taking on c5 will at least require him to have to recapture, to take the time to recapture, I guess. Really similar to queen a5 check. And I didn't have to play c3. King b1 is a safe move. It all looks pretty standard. Except I have bishop takes h7 check. Bishop h7 check. King h7. That's messed up, man. Bishop h7 check, king h7. This is like a lichess tactic puzzle. I could do bishop f6. Bishop f6, bishop f6, bishop h7, king h7, rook d8, bishop d8, queen d3 check, and then chop on d8. At the end of the day, he takes on f2, and he's fine. Let's keep an eye on the f2. Bishop h7, king h7, rook d8, bishop d8, queen d3 check. He's used no time. Alright, so knight takes h7, rook d8. Problem is, like, where does the black king go? What does the sheep say? So he does this. Underestimated this. Weird. Guys, last game for today. I gotta go. Thanks for watching. For bringing your bots. Okay, I'm a pawn up here. Any book to start with chess? Most instructive chess games ever played? It's not really a beginner book though. I mean, I don't know. Damn, that's a tough one. If you really like totally just began and you don't really know anything, I like The Art of the Checkmate. But I mean, my recommendations are like old school. The Art of the Checkmate. Beginner books are not my specialty. This is gonna be tough, man. I don't have much of anything here. One extra pawn on the queen side. Instantly went for that exchange. Rook on the 7th. He's going after my other pawn. This is going to get nasty. I think I screwed this up. I think I screwed this up. He's crazy with the fastness. My pawns are further advanced here. Bob died. Looks like he died. From what I heard. Guys, I gotta go. He just resigned. Well, it's kind of a quick resignation, but I mean, these pawns are pretty strong. It was a very complicated rooking game. Hiroku plays too fast. My number one criticism of my chess career? What chess career? I never had a chess career. Alright. I will talk to you guys later. Yeah, we should do something here with a little raid. I'll see you guys all later. Good to see you're still alive. Tomorrow night, Blitz tournament. Thanks everybody for playing. And that's it for announcements. Check it out, 6:30 Tuesday night. Pawn to Blitz.
Yeah, baby.
Oof, that scared me. That was kind of creepy. Alright, anyway. You never know what might happen here. I should do like a raid for Chess Guy. He's raided me on multiple occasions. I'll see you guys later.